The road to $500,000 ends with the crowning of a world champion here tonight. Hello from the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte, North Carolina, and welcome to the championship race of the 2024 eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. Pace car down and in with a championship on the line. Let's go racing at Homestead. There's an onboard look with Bobby Zalenski kind of still in those mid-20s is where he rides right now. Runs right now, I should say, in 26th position. He's dropped maybe a handful, if any, maybe up 6, I think, currently. So Bobby also chipping away. Again, it's not a long race, so there does have to be some sense of urgency, but again, still shy of 1/5 of the way through.
You can see Parker White dipping out to get a little bit of clean air, but also Graham Bolin has been one of the best examples we've seen tonight of moving around the racetrack. I can't believe already we're, 22 laps into this race with where he started. He's still in the same camera shot of those that are up front. He made up another spot while we were just talking there. He's up to 6, so he has been making some hay early on in this race.
People get relegated every single season, and that is why it is, I think, one of the toughest in the sports. And a big spin, there it goes. The 66 car sideways. No caution yet. The car's slow in the middle of the track. Now the caution flag will fly. And that was a big scare again. Exited turn number 2 where that incident is from.
Tremendous amount of pressure because, again, these drivers have done this in the comfort of their own home all year long, and now having to do it on that stage with all the distractions, us over here, all the fans here that are watching, it's going to be a lot of pressure for whoever pulls through. So never would have thought all those years ago that we would be doing this tonight. Shops and the community has sort of found how to make this car work and make it fast, and it's tough. Oh, look at that! That kind of contact right there, that can make it tough. And you just see, you worry about whether you get just a little bit of damage there in that car, and that can affect the handling of the speed of the car for the rest of the race.
And that Williams car that goes to the race lead, not Parker White, but it's Parker White's teammate. So as Donovan Strauss goes to the race lead, he has no incentive to make this easy on Steven Wilson. He and Parker are fighting for a team championship, but again, can you kind of make things difficult for Steven? Can you mess him up in your dirty air and give Parker an opportunity to get up there? Well, that battle goes on up front. Still some 3 wide in the midfield as we check back in with that 48 car there of Bolin in the number 9 spot. In fact, Zalenski up to P6. Biggest mover of your championship 4 off of the restart. Dale, there's one of your cars, and Brian LaPrade, the 88 machine. So we are seeing something that we did not see in this championship race last year. Last year we had the 1 yellow midway. Everybody was pretty much on the same strategy. It seems to be wide open with all 4 cars in the top 10 right now. Steven Wilson 2nd, Parker White sitting in 3rd, and right now, race leader Donovan Strauss back to the top of the board, scooting away just a little bit from these 2. Again, a little bit of deja vu for what we saw last year. Right now, the battle for the championship is the battle for P2, but it's been a long time. We've done this 4-driver championship format for a while now. It's been a while since I've seen all 4 of them running inside of the top 6 like they do right now, and a far cry from where things were 70 laps ago.
About 30 laps or so is the amount of time that most of these drivers put in when they're testing the setup. They're trying to figure out if things work out. We only have that much to the end, 27 laps to go. So if you're going to figure something out, you got to do it quick because there is trouble on the back straightaway. Do they stay underneath the apron? It's Colin Keister again. I don't think that's going to draw a caution, and it does.
And once again, it changes once more. Inside of 30 laps to go, and another caution flag will hit the reset button. The Donnie 7 on the money. He'll clear for the race lead. Zalenski also defending P2. That's big. He has to go down and shut the door on Kerwin.
Bolin jumped up 4 wide on that initial restart. He wanted the outside as soon as he could get there to try to make up as many spots as possible. It's been tough to try and make those moves on the bottom and in the middle, but you could see Steven Wilson, Parker White, as they have been all night, locked nose to tail. Zalenski, however, looks like that he may be just in front of them, just a couple of cars as he tries to hold on. I thought, again, that was Zalenski there for just a moment, but Steven Wilson trying to get by his teammate, who I'm sure won't make the job any easier to try and catch his other JGR teammate.
Yeah, Wilson inside of row 3 in 5th. White inside of the next row, he's 7th. Bolin in P11. 11 laps to go from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Green flag, and we are back off and away. Good start outside line. Probably the most competitive jump we've seen out of Bobby Zalenski on the restart so far. But the inside, going to be better, getting up to speed. Look for that 10 car of Wilson now. Knock it on the door. Wilson to the number 4 spot.
Wilson kind of trapped there on the bottom. Can he bring Parker White along with him as he's going to look 3 wide, and that is with the lead for the championship. Zalenski rides up the racetrack and tries to go all the way to the top. Casey Kerwin hanging on the door of Steven Wilson. Side by side, they're almost 3 wide for second place in the title off of turn 4.
Zalenski carries the speed topside. He'll defend for the moment. Wilson gets hung up in the 3 wide battle. Now he'll clear the 77 of Kerwin, get through to third. Next on deck, trying to fight through. Parker White looking for a way by, but here comes Steven Wilson to the inside of Bobby Zalenski. Side by side, second on the racetrack, first spot in the championship. Who's going to be able to hang on?
And Zalenski, if he can move up here in front of Wyatt Tinsley, it'll keep him a little more competitive off of 4, but Wilson is going to clear. Zalenski goes low. Wilson will try to block. Zalenski will try to fight back to the high side, and does he dip back low to try and stop the charge from Parker White as well?
Parker White is there. He enters the conversation 4th in line as Steven Wilson is now clear for the lead in this NASCAR championship. There's a spinner behind. Big trouble in the midfield. Caution flag again inside of 10 laps to go. That could be big for Williams in the team championship as Strauss appears to be one of the drivers involved. But it took 3 cracks at a restart, but Steven Wilson is now back in the catbird seat in this Drivers' Championship. 4 behind them. Green flag back in the air. It's a good jump for Bobby Z down the inside line. He'll get ahead of Steven Wilson to take away P2.
I was about to say these drivers have run thousands of races on iRacing in their life. This is down to just 4 laps. Wilson with a better run off of turn 2. Here he goes to the inside. Zalenski playing blocker. He'll go low. He'll go to the high side. And now as Wilson looks low, Zalenski will ride right on the seam, but Wilson just too strong. They'll be side by side off of turn 4 for the lead and $100,000 for the championship.
Wilson made this pass once before. He probably didn't think he had to do it again. Bolin gets around White. That's for 3rd in the championship, but in the inside of turns 1 and 2 on the inside, Bobby Zalenski will drop to 3rd, and Steven Wilson takes back P2, back to the championship lead, coming to 2 laps to go. Caution flag will fly, and the eNASCAR Championship will require overtime. And I think a lot of people feel the same way as those folks sitting in the front row. That's the Steven Wilson contingent in their Wilson era. The Pioneers folks are liking it because Bolin did real good off of that last restart. I think White gets back in front of him, but I think we're back to all 4 championship cars inside of the top 6. And I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting the good restart for Zalenski, but you talked about him and Minter working together, got back ahead of him and put Wilson in the difficult position of needing to make a championship winning pass a 2nd time. He's done it twice tonight. He may have to do it again. That's Tucker Minter, who's the control car. Who wins the drag race to turn number 1? It's attempt number 1 at overtime. Green flag in the air. Zalenski pulls alongside. Does he clear Wilson? There's Tucker into turn number 1. They get together. Wilson stays on the outside. Bobby Zalenski trying, but he's still unable to get clear. Now for a moment he's got him off at turn 2.
Now he is, but Steven Wilson has Parker White just behind him as Zalenski has to go wherever Steven Wilson does. Wilson's going to shoot it down to the bottom. Here comes Zalenski looking for the race lead. Wilson's going to dive it down to the bottom. 3 wide for the lead in the championship. And here comes Parker White. Does he make it 4 wide as they come to the line? 3 wide. 1 lap to go. Here comes Parker White to make it 4.
4 wide for the race lead and 3 wide for the championship. Wilson throws it in. He'll wash up the hill though. Steven Wilson overdrives in 1 and 2. Parker White has gone to the race lead down the back straightaway. Bobby Zalenski, old tires, 1 last opportunity. There's contact in turn 3. Parker White goes up the hill. Parker White is into the outside wall. Zalenski spins behind, and Parker White is a first-time eNASCAR World Champion in 2024.
Can you believe what we just saw?
There were 3 different championship leaders at 3 different moments on that final lap of this race.
He won it, Mama!
The streak continues. Parker White is the 2024 NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion, is the 6th consecutive first-time winner, and may likely secure the team championship for Williams Esports as well. What a night in Dade County for that group. This winning moment is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of NASCAR. And I know it's a cliche, Blake, but have you ever 4 wide to the stripe?
Well, I hope he has the strength. Let's present the trophy. Parker White, the Dale Earnhardt Junior Championship Trophy goes to the champion for 2024. Your NASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series champion, Parker White.